Hi guys, today we're going to discuss about the renewable energy resources in first lecture we see the introduction of the renewable energy resources. So let's start with the introduction of renewable energy resources. These renewable energy resources are at once the most ancient and now the most modern forms of energy used by humanity. So renewable energy resources was the very ancient types of energy, but now it become the modern types of modern forms of energy due to for conventional system or fossil fuels energy is increasingly become expensive. So that's why we are going back to our renewable energy resources. Uh, Solar power is one of the ultimate resource of energy upon which early human societies are based. It means that solar energy is the most ancient resource of renewable energy. So, when our ancestors first used fire, they were harnessing the power of photosynthesis, which is a solar-driven process by which plants are created from water and atmospheric carbon dioxide. Scientists Societies went on to develop a way of harnessing the movement of water and wind to grind corn, irrigate crops, and propel ships. So these were some ancient way of utilizing the renewable energy resources in ships and in different crops and in different field. So by the natural movement of the water and wind are caused by solar heating of the ocean and atmosphere. And as civilization become more sophisticated, architects began to design the building to take advantage of the sun's energy by enhancing their natural use of its heat and light, so reducing the need for artificial resources of warmth and illuminations. You can see in this slide that at first the light of sun were used for decoration and the heating and when producing warmth. Technologies for harnessing the power of sun, water, and wind continue to improve right up to the early years of the industrial revolutions. However, by then the advantage of coal, the first of fossil fuels to be exploited on a large scale, and had become apparent. So, with the discovery of the coal, our traditional use of renewable energy resources in ancient past become very rare because the fossil fuels are very concentrated stock. These highly concentrated energy resources soon displaced wood, wind, and water in the homes, industries, and transport system of the industrial nations. Today, the fossil fuels of coal, natural gas, and oil provide over 80% of the world energy. Concern about the adverse environmental and social consequences of fossil fuels such as air pollution, oil spill, mining, ancients, deforestation, and about the finite nature of supplies have been voiced intermittently for several countries. Continuing concern about the sustainability of both fossil fuels and nuclear fuels use have been a major catalyst of the renewed interest in the renewable energy resources in recent decades. Now, what is the renewable energy resources? Sustainable energy resources is one which help this world in meeting its present need without depleting of serving next generation needs. So this thing is very important to meet our current needs without harming our next generation needs. Sustainable energy does not involve sufficient pollution emission or other environmental problems. Also, sustainable energy does not involve the spread of substantial health hazards or social injustice. At present, oil and gas present at large scale and thus are sustainable energy resources. So, what is the renewable energy resources? Renewable energy resource includes such as natural resources which can be replaced by the natural ecological cycle that is they renew, thus never gets depleted. Tidal waves, geothermal winds, and solar energies are counted as renewable energy resources. The energy coming from sun, winds can be characterized as both sustainable and renewable energy resources. So this was something introduction about the renewable energy resources. So in the next video, we will see the types of renewable energy resources and their use of energy resources.